Hello everyone. Now, something I want to chat about is how AI adoption kind of looks like a split reality in modern firms. For example, leaders are quickly drafting updates, let's say for board minutes, using advanced AI chat tools. But their frontline teams still often lack basic AI access or at least lack proper training. Maybe they have a free Copilot access to Microsoft Copilot as part of their enterprise stack. But really, this is the difference that I'm seeing, that leaders are using AI much more than employees are. So there's a widening gap between leadership ambition for AI usage across the corporation and daily use. So when companies are saying, yes, we're using AI, that's because leaders are using AI extensively, but many employees are not. There's a disconnect between employee activities and leadership beliefs. And there's a massive study that backs this up, published in the National Bureau of Economic Research, that looked at the US, UK, Germany, and Australia markets, specifically 6,000 global senior executives, published by Nick Bloom from Stanford University and other folks. The findings show fast diffusion, but unfortunately limited realized business impact. Now, what we do see is that leaders are anticipating smaller future workforces and higher productivities. So leaders anticipate major business productivity gains very soon, which again are not really reflected in how they're training and supporting their employees. Firms are planning to operate teams with a noticeably smaller workforce, with planning for headcount reductions mostly for slower hiring rather than firing existing employees. And this is going to be what's good for existing employees, but not so good for other employees who are not currently at the firm and who are going to be left out. So why are there going to be less employees? Well, there's going to be increased productivity from AI forecast by these executives. So the total global expected productivity increase is 1.4% compared to, and 2.2% for the US, nearly doubling the previous growth expectations, the growth expectations on trend. So doubling baseline growth estimates without AI. And thus leaders will need less staff, but employees who are not using AI extensively, not trained on it, are incorrectly expecting 0.5% employment expansion, whereas realistically, a number of employees will depart through natural attrition, and then leaders are not going to hire people. So we're likely to actually see employment shrinkage, especially in junior roles, which we're already seeing, that people in junior roles in areas more exposed to AI are definitely having less hiring. There's many fewer people are hired. So what leaders need to really think about is career ladders and guidelines for junior staff, some apprenticeship tracks that would help prepare the next generation of both leaders and frontline employees in their companies, because otherwise, if everyone is just following the same course and not hiring junior staff, then junior staff won't have the opportunity to train up both into the high potential leaders or just frontline employees. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wise Decision Maker Show. Please make sure to subscribe wherever you checked out the show and leave a review. It helps other people discover the show and helps us improve the show. And if you have any questions, email me at gleb, Gleb, at disasteravoidanceexperts.com.